Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Paramount number 2315-2. This is a solid brass locking ring nut for 1 5/32 of an inch mortise cylinder. I have no reason to doubt that it's brass. It's not magnetic. And it could be zinc, but they're calling it brass, so I have no reason to question that. Okay, this is a nut for mortise cylinders. Sometimes it's called a cash box nut. You will see a requirement for a threaded nut like this when you are installing a mortise cylinder onto a key switch. Key switch cylinder goes in, you need a threaded nut. Onto an alarm device that will go into a modern style touchpad exit device. You'll see it in a cash box where you're going to install a mortise cylinder into something that secures cash, like you might have at a concession stand at the high school sporting event. Where else will you see it? Exit device trim, you'll certainly see it there as well. You need to thread that down. These pieces of hardware usually come with that, but they don't always. And sometimes they're separate items, or maybe you'll lose one, or maybe you have an application for a cylinder that you need a locking nut for it. The thread on this is the thread size intended for the 1 5/32 diameter mortise cylinder. I don't have a mortise cylinder here, otherwise I would just show it to you, but it literally just threads onto the back of your mortise cylinder. The thickness of the nut, 0.158. 0.158 thick, outside diameter of the knurled surface, 1.298 on the ID, .118. 1.118 is the ID of the nut. There is a link to a document below this video called Template that does show you this mortise cylinder ring nut. Also shows you something interesting as well, a secure fast lock guard. I don't have any experience with that Paramount item, but it would be a nice way to be able to attach a mortise cylinder in a surface mounted application. Thinking of an application of where you would use that. One doesn't come to mind. I'm thinking you might be able to make that work if you were to use that onto an application of an aluminum storefront, if you were able to put the proper length of everything together. If you were to thread that into the security lock guard and then rotate the cash nut box underneath it, as you are rotating, you would rotate the cylinder into the threaded portion of that, into the lock body itself, after having first threaded the cash nut ring box. If you wanted to lock that cylinder to the door itself, rivet the reinforced plate onto the door face, that might serve to significantly increase the ability of not tampering that cylinder off. I could see how that would work. But I don't see where this is going to be used otherwise, other than an application like that. Anyway, you could, you know where you could use that. Assuming that the cylinder was threaded properly, you might be able to use that to great effect on a mortise type cylinder that had a lazy action tailpiece, maybe, or just a, not necessarily a lazy action, but you might use that to great effect with a trim for an exit device, is what I'm stammering at. You might be able to use that really well right there. Give you a more secure way of fastening the cylinder down to the door. Finally, there's a link below this video to a document called, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Paramount products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the Paramount? This is their part number 2315-2, mortise cylinder ring nut, or any other Paramount product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.